Keep it going for Chris one more time. It's good to be here, exciting to be here. It's been a big year for me, 2019, a lot of changes. Live in Los Angeles now. Thank you, hold your applause. You may have heard of us, it's where you came from. I do. I live in Los Angeles now. My life's changed since moving to Los Angeles. The main way it's changed is now I live in a living room. Yeah, for like 30 some years I'd had this really good consistent thing with bedrooms going on. But in LA I'm like, nah, not anymore. I want to live in a living room with 2 other roommates. When people hear I live in a living room with 2 other roommates, they say, you must lose a lot of privacy. You don't get a lot of privacy living in a living room. Actually, I get all the privacy. My roommates, on the other hand, are prisoners to their bedroom. Do you know how many times you have to change your clothes in the living room before people start announcing their presence? Once. One time, that's all it takes. I own that apartment. But I do feel like my roommates are starting to use me. You know, they're using me like a forced wingman. They'll bring dates home and they'll be like, well, we got 2 choices. We could hang out in the living room where there's a grown man reading comic books. Or we can go to my bedroom where there's a door. They take the door every time. Every time they take the door. But it's good. Another way my life's changed in 2019, I'm single for the first time in 5 years. Oh, scary. First time in 5 years, a lot's changed. I'm on dating apps for the first time. That's exciting. But here's the thing, I'm in my 30s now. And I'm not saying that when you're in your 30s, you have to lower your standards. I'm just saying it's time to be honest. Time to look in that mirror and see who's looking back. Like I saw this one profile, this girl said, I'm looking for someone who's financially and emotionally stable. We're in our 30s. You get one or the other. You can't be looking for a well-rounded person in your 30s. You get that shit in your 20s. If you meet someone who's in their 30s and they're like, where are all the good people? In stable relationships. Where they've been for the last decade while we were looking for something better. Be honest. You know, all you can hope for is someone who has the opposite thing wrong as you. Like, I'll be honest, I'm emotionally stable. I'm your rock, girl. When it looks like it's getting too dark, I'm the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you give me any money at all, like even a little bit, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna live in a living room with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good with it. It's exciting now. It's scary being single. You know, like I'm starting to realize I have a specific type. You know, I didn't realize I have a type. I have a type. I have a type that my insecure dude friends describe as bitchy. That's what I like. I do. I like a decisive woman. I like it. I like it. One of my friends, he goes, you know what I didn't like about your ex? I didn't like that she was always telling you what to do. I didn't like that she was always bossing you around. I was like, are you kidding? That's what I miss the most. Now that I'm single, I have to make all of my decisions. All of them. I have to make my own dinners. I eat hungry man dinners now because I'm a hungry man. I don't know. When I was in a relationship, she was like, we're paleo now. Eat this stick and a pine cone. That's dinner. I have to dress myself now? Look at me. Look at me! I look like Tom Hanks on the first day of Big. My ex had a more reliable job than me. My ex was an esthetician. If you don't know what an esthetician is, it's because you're a dude. An esthetician, if you don't know, is someone who waxes people for a living. Her job was torturing people. And when that's your significant other's job, you just have to accept and understand that eventually work's gonna come home. So I let her do little things, you know, my eyebrows, my nostrils. Did you know nostrils were an option? They take a popsicle stick with a hot glob of wax, jam it up your nose, and then they rip it out. You got a little porcupine of hair. You blow your nose, you feel it from above your eyes. It's freeing. I had the nostrils of a porn star, is what I'm saying. But we were together for 5 years. Eventually, she wanted to take things to the next level. She wanted to wax my BH. That's my butthole. I don't know if you guys fuck with acronyms out here, but that's what I'm talking about, my butthole. And I'll be honest, it scared me. It did. The idea of it scared me. But it wasn't even the pain that scared me, really. What frightened me was the fact that I don't know my butthole that well. I've never even seen it before. Sure, I've seen its reflection. The poorly lit iPhone photo. But that's not proof. My butthole is like the Sasquatch of my body. There's evidence that it's out there. I've just never seen it. What if I had a creepy butthole? What if I told you my relationship ended because of my creepy butthole, huh? Different story. I let her do it. That's right, I let her do it. And my fears, completely backwards. Because it hurt worse than anything I have ever felt in my entire life. Not even just physically, I mean emotionally. Because here's something as a fella I've never considered before. What position do you get into to receive a Brazilian? There's a lot of dangly parts, you know? It's something to think about. I'll tell you that position. That position is the fetal position, where you have to hold yourself open. And you have to hold it open because if you let go, then the cheeks clench together and you got a real fucking problem, okay? So you hold it open for dear life while the person you love the most in the world laughs directly at your butthole. Some people will tell you that the greatest indignity in life is to have someone laugh in your face. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All right, guys, that's for my time. I'm Gabe Dinger. Thank you so much.